How does the nitrogen cycle relate to climate change? Have you ever wondered how something as seemingly simple as the nitrogen cycle can impact our planet's climate? The nitrogen cycle is a natural process that moves nitrogen through the atmosphere, soil, water, and living organisms. Nitrogen is vital for life because it is a key part of proteins and DNA. However, human activities have changed this cycle in ways that affect climate change. At the heart of the nitrogen cycle are different forms of nitrogen. There is inert nitrogen gas in the atmosphere and reactive nitrogen compounds like ammonia, nitrates, and nitrous oxide. While microbes in the soil produce these reactive forms naturally, human actions, such as using synthetic fertilizers and burning fossil fuels, have added large amounts to the environment. One major connection between the nitrogen cycle and climate change is the releases of nitrous oxide, which is a powerful greenhouse gas. Over a 100-year period, nitrous oxide has a global warming potential that is about 300 times greater than that of carbon dioxide. Agricultural practices, especially the use of nitrogen-based fertilizers, lead to increased emissions of nitrous oxide from soils. This contributes significantly to global warming, making up about 6% of the total greenhouse gas effect. Nitrogen compounds also affect the chemistry of the atmosphere in ways that can both warm and cool the planet. For instance, nitrogen oxides from burning fossil fuels can lower methane levels and impact ozone, which may lead to temporary cooling effects. However, these cooling effects do not last long, and the long-term impact of nitrogen emissions, particularly from agriculture, tends to be warming. Interestingly, climate change can worsen nitrogen pollution. Increased rainfall and extreme weather events can lead to more nitrogen runoff into rivers and water bodies. This not only disrupts ecosystems, but also causes further emissions of nitrogenous greenhouse gases. From a political standpoint, managing the nitrogen cycle is essential for climate policy. By improving how fertilizers are used, reducing emissions from fossil fuels, and adopting sustainable agricultural practices, we can lower nitrous oxide emissions and help combat climate change. Policies that encourage these changes can work alongside efforts to cut carbon dioxide emissions, creating a more effective approach to addressing climate issues. In summary, the nitrogen cycle is closely linked to climate change through the emissions of nitrous oxide and the atmospheric effects of nitrogen compounds. Human alterations to the nitrogen cycle, especially through agriculture and fossil fuel use, have increased greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to global warming. Addressing these challenges through targeted policies is vital for effective climate change mitigation.